the ratio of the number of boys and girls in a school, of 720 students is 5:7. Five is to 7 is the number of boys to number of girls. That is 5:7. So what must be the total number? 5x and 7x. What is the total? 12x. This 12x is equal to how much? 720. What is x? X is equal to 60. Up to here, everything is normal. How many girls should be removed to make the ratio 1:1? 1:1 means equal number of boys and girls. Number of boys equal to number of girls. So what is the total strength? 720. So how many boys and how many girls we want? We are removing girls. No, we cannot convert girls into boys. Can we convert the girls into boys? No, right? So what we can do? We can remove. Let's say here 5x and 2x are there. These are girls and these are boys. To make the number equal, what should I do? Here the extra ones I have to remove. Extra ones are 2x or more. So when I remove 2x in the sense x into 60. How many I have to remove? 2x is equal to 120. So these are the number of girls to be removed. Done? Yeah? Next. Two numbers are in the ratio 3:5. Two numbers are in the ratio 3:5. So can I take these numbers as 3x and 5x? Can I take these numbers as 3x and 5x? Yes. If 9 is subtracted from each, then what it would become? 3x minus 9 and 5x minus 9. The ratio would be 1:2. So their ratio they are telling it will become, how do you write it in expression? 3x minus 9 divided by 5x minus 9 is equal to 1/2. Can I write like this? Now cross multiplication. 3x into 2, 6x minus 18 is equal to 5x minus 9. Bring x this side, it will become x. 6x minus 5x is equal to x. Minus 9 plus 18. X is equal to 9. Simple problem. Only thing you should know how to write this. If you know how to write this, this is an equation in one variable, we can get the answer. Yes? Yeah? So what they are asking now? What is the larger number? Which is the larger number? 3x or 5x? Larger means what? More, bigger one, right? Is there any explanation to explain larger? 5x. So 5 9s are 45. Larger number is equal to 45. Correct? Any issue? Straight problems. Next problem is also like that only, but they have not given any number. What number has to be added to the terms 3:5? So again, the ratio is 3:5. And can I assume the numbers as 3x and 5x? Yes. And what number has to be added? They are adding some number. Do we know that number? And when we add that number to both the terms, then we would get the ratio as 5:6. So 3x, I am adding y. Can I? 5x plus y. The ratio of them would become what? 5:6. This is what they have told. Okay. Cool. Yes. Now, let us try to solve. 3x plus y five x plus y is equal to 5/6. Six threes are 18x plus 6y is equal to 25x plus 5y. 6y is here, 5y is here. I'll bring y this side because what they are expecting from us? What number? We have added y, no? So they are expecting that number, not x. So I have to find out y. So I'll bring y this side. 6y minus 5y is equal to 25x minus 18x. Y is equal to, first of all, in this problem, how many variables are there? Equations? How many equations are there? If you don't tell this answer. How many equations are there? Where equation started here, no? First. One equation mark, one equation only. One equal to mark, one. This itself is this. When we have solved, this itself is this. So two variables are there and one equation is there. Can we get the complete solution? Now tell me, with whatever that we have, tell me the value of x and y. This is one equation in two variables. I need one more equation, but that data is not there with me. So we don't get complete solution when, what? When number of equations are less than number of variables. Yes, but we can try here. We can try. What they are asking, what number should be added? We are getting a number. Number in the sense a natural number we are trying to get. We are trying to get a natural number. What is y equal to? 7x. And when we have assumed x here, this x will be in natural number only. X will be in natural number only. Yes. So x can take the value of any natural number from 1. If x is 1, if x is 1, what is the value of y? 7. If x is equal to 2, y is equal to 14. If x is equal to 3, so y will be a multiple of 7 among the given options. Which option is multiple of 7? Then at least in this we can mark the answer as this. We can mark answer as this. If one more option was there, let's say instead of 12, 14 was there, then what would have been the answer? 7 also can be an answer. 14 can also be an answer. So we wouldn't have we wouldn't have what? Decided. Because we have two variables and one equation. But we are lucky enough that three options are not divisible by 7 and only one option is divisible by 7. That is why among the given option, 7 is the answer. Understood my point? Yeah. It is just matter of chance that we got the option. Okay. Done? Ratio and proportion. Ms. Sharma's expenditure and savings are in the ratio 3:2. Ms. Sharma's expenditures and the savings are in the ratio 3:2. This is expenditure, this is saving. Okay. Can I assume the real values of expenditure and savings as 3x and 2x? Can I? Yes. Now, his income increases. They have given expenditure and saving. How to calculate income? It is universal. It is not a formula which you have to mug up. It is general knowledge that income is equal to this plus this. So can I write the income as 5x? Can I? Income is 5x, expenditure 3x and savings 2x. Can I write? Yes. Then his income increases by 12%. I want to increase this to 12%. Should I add something or multiply something? You have to do from now on multiplication. Whenever we are increasing, can I multiply by 1.12? Can I? Don't do by 1.2. If you do by 1.2, it says it is 20% increase. Here 12%, whatever the percentage is given, you put it next to 1 point. 1 point, that many, the percentage. Yeah, that will be right. So 5 into 1.12. 5 into 1.12. 5.6x. 5.6x. Makes sense? His expenditure also increases by 14%. Expenditure increases by 14%. What should I multiply with? Very good. 1.14. So this will turn out to be 3.42x. 3.42x. Okay, now new salary is 5.6x and new expenditure is 3.42x. What would be the new savings? This is equal to this plus this, right? Or this is equal to this minus this. So this is equal to this minus this. So what we will get? 2.18x. 2.18x. For this 2x to become 2.18x, for this 2x to become 2.18x, I am multiplying by what? Just like this 1.12, 1.14, I should multiply with something. After multiplying what? I will get 218. Half of this, no? 1.09. Now tell me from this number 1.09, what is the increase in the savings? This 0.09 itself is increase, no? 9 by 100. 0.09 is 9 by 100. So, increase in savings is equal to 9%. Increase in savings is equal to 9%. Fine. 12% increase in what? Income. 14% income in expenditure. So 9% increase in savings. Done? Yeah. A bag contains 50 paisa, 25 paisa and 10 paisa coins. There are three types of coins. 50 paisa coins, 25 paisa coins and 10 paisa coins in the respective ratio of 5:8:3. So let's say 50 paisa, 25 paisa and 10 paisa. So what is the ratio? 5:8:3. Can I write 5x is to 8x is to 3x? Can I write? These are nothing but the number of coins. But what is the individual value of these coins? 50 paisa. So if I multiply with 50 paisa to these many number of coins, I'll get the total value. These many 50 paisa coins are there. What do? You will count, right? You will count and you will multiply by 50 paisa. You will get the value. Here into or directly you multiply here only. Why I should write the extra? Here only you write the value. Get me the total value quick. What is the value? Here 50 into 5x, that is 250x. Here 25 into 8, 200x. Here 10 into 3. Add all of them, you will get 480x paisas. So many paisas. That is equal to how many rupees? How many rupees? 144 rupees. But we are calculating everything in terms of paisa. So how many paisas? Put 2 zeros and paisa. 1 rupee is 100 paisa, right? So 144 rupees is 14,400 paisa. Yes or no? Since we have taken everything in paisa, we have to get paisa here. So x is equal to 14400 divided by 480. 0 0 get cancelled. 12 4s are 12 12s are. So 120 here. Then 4 1s are 4 30s are. So x is equal to 30. What they are asking? What they are asking? The number of 50 paisa coins. Number of 50 paisa coins. How many number of 50 paisa coins? 5x. So 5 into 30, 150. Fine. Here two things. Number of coins here and values. So total value is 144. You are getting X. And number of coins of 50 paisa is 5X. So 5 into 30, 150. So number of 50 paisa coins is equal to 150. Because that is 5X. Next. A sum of rupees 2,500 is distributed among X, Y, Z in the ratio half, 3/4 and 5/6. I have told you, while we are expressing the ratios, we have to express them in natural numbers. So convert them into natural numbers. 1/2 is to 3/4 is to 5/6. How do you convert them into natural numbers? You have to get rid of denominator. To get rid of denominator, you have to get the common denominator. Common denominator would be the LCM of it. LCM is what? 12 or 24? 2 6s are 12, so 1 6 are 6. 4 3s are 12, so 3 3s are 9. 6 2s are 12, so 5 2s are 10. So finally, what is the ratio? 6 is to 9 is to 10. This is the final ratio. And how many rupees we are distributing? 2,500. What is the share? I mean, let's say they are X, Y, Z. Who is getting the maximum share? Who is getting the maximum share? Z. Who is getting the minimum share? If we were distributing these many rupees, 6 rupees for X, 9 rupees for Y and 10 rupees for Z, how many rupees we are distributing? 25 rupees. But we are distributing how much now? 2,500, 100 times. Okay. So what is the difference between minimum share and maximum share? 4, right? If it was 25 rupees, we would have shared, we would have got the difference of 4 rupees. If we are distributing 2,500 rupees, 400 is the difference. So difference between maximum and minimum share is 400 rupees. Yes? Yeah? Fine? This is last year's question. 2021, October. A student appeared in 6 papers. The maximum marks are the same for each paper. That means, let's say 100, 100. The maximum marks is 100. His marks in the papers are in the proportion, 6 papers totally. 5 is to 6 is to 7 is to 8 is to 9 is to 10. Let's think that he has got in the ratio 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let us think like that. Okay. Now, overall, he scored 60%. When maximum marks are 100, okay, if you have scored 60%, so what does that mean? 60% of 600 marks. 360 marks he would have scored. Correct? And look at his marks. 5, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. So can I assume these marks as 5x, 5x, 6x, 7x, 8x, 9x and 10x. Can I assume? Can I assume like this? Yes? No? I can? No? Yes. Overall, he scored 60%. See, when you have got your PUC results. How many subjects? 6 subjects. No? Whether I ask the percentage to you or I ask the average of all the subjects, what would be the result? Same, right? Okay. If you calculate percentage, what do? Those many numbers divide by 600 into 100. 0000 get cancelled, divide by 6, no? If I ask you average, again same, divide by 6 only. So whether it is average or the percentage, what it is? Same thing. Because we are comparing everything to 100 only. Yes? So in this case, his marks are in this ratio. His marks are in this ratio. And they are in what progression? Arithmetic progression. Between every consecutive numbers, like the difference is x. Now, tell me the average of his marks. Where should average come? Exactly in the middle, no? So what is that? 7.5x. This 7.5x is nothing but the 60% of maximum marks. Yes or no? This 7.5x is nothing but 60% of maximum marks. Yes? Correct, no? Here, they have simply wasted these many lines. They are asking what? In how many number of papers did he score less than 60%? This 7.5x itself is 60%, no? Yes or no? Average, they are in AP. Average is here. That itself is 60%. And overall he has scored 60%. So exactly from the middle, how many subjects he has scored less? 3 papers less and 3 papers more. Simple. Fine. This is very beautiful problem. There are 3 points P, Q and R on a straight line. See, there has to be a straight line and you have to locate P, Q, R. How many ways you can locate P, Q, R on a line? How many ways? If this is a line, P, Q, R. P, Q, R. This is one way. Reverse it. P, Q and R. Can I? Have they given in the question that they have to be in order? It can be anything, no? Now next thing. Q, P, R. Can I write like this? Q, R, P. Can I write like this? Yes? Then R, P, Q. Can I write like this? Okay, sorry. Here. Sorry. Reverse it. R, P, Q. R, P, Q here. So Q, P, R. Hmm? Where? Yeah. All I have written, this is reverse of this, this is reverse of this, this is reverse of this. But these are the ways of locating. See, when we deal with permutations and combinations, we'll get these permutations. 3 points on a line. How many ways you can? So 6 ways. Yeah. Now, check practically such that PQ is to QR is 3 is to 5. PQ is to QR is 3 is to 5. Can it be? Yes or no? PQ is 3. QR is 5. This is same, no? So I'll not take this. These are same. Just see it from other side. Now, PQ is equal to 3 and QR is equal to 5. This whole is 5. QR. Can I get the value? Yes. So this whole is 5. So already this is 3. This can be 2. Now, PQ is 3 and QR is, so I have, this is not 6 ways. I'll tell you. QPR and the reverse of it. Okay. Then R PQR and reverse of it. One second. First of all, P, Q, R, then P, R, Q, then R, P, Q. Okay. R, Q, P, Q, P, R, Q, R, P. Okay. Now, PQR, where is the reverse of it? This one, no, I'll not take this. PRQ, where is the reverse of it? PRQ, I'll not take this. Then RPQ, reverse is this. I'll not take this. Now I'll consider only these 3 things. Now PQ is equal to 3 and QR is equal to 5. Can I write? PQ is equal to 3. This whole is 3 and QR is 5. Can I write? This whole is 3 and this is 5. This smaller section is 5 and bigger section is 3. Can I write? Is it practical? See, PQ has to be what? PQ has to be 3, no? From here to here, it has to be 3. Now they are giving QR. QR has to be smaller than 3, right? So, this cannot be considered. Now, PQ is 3 and QR is 5. This whole thing is 5. So, 2. Now, they are asking if n is the number of possible values for PQ is to QR, then what is N equal to? 2 ways. We have 2 ways to do it. Yes, that is what they have asked. Purely it is not the ratio problem, it is actually permutations and combination problem. Okay. It is particularly permutation to combination. Actually, this question has to change to PR to QR, okay? It has to change to PR to QR. Because already they have given PQ is to QR. Only one value will get. So it has to be PR is to QR. See, now see PR is to QR in this case. PR is 8 and QR is 5. In this case, PR is 2 and QR is 5. Okay. If we had taken PQs to QR only, it would have been the same. Okay. So 2 values for this. Otherwise, only one value for that thing. Yep. Some printing error. So it has to be PR is to QR. Done? Yeah? This I had asked you to do. Anybody has got the answer? We'll see. Okay. The ratio of 2-digit natural number to a number formed by reversing its digit is 4:7. So can I take the numbers as 4x and 7x? 4x and 7x? Yes. What is the difference between them? 3x. But I have told you, whenever you take a 2-digit number and reverse it, take the difference. That will be multiple of. Take a number and its difference. Take, work out, no. At least now you work out. 23. Difference. How much is the difference? 23 and 32. What is the difference? So it will be in terms of 9n. 9n. Okay. 3x is equal to 9n. Fine. Now, they are asking the number of such pairs. So how many values can exist? How many values can exist? So, here x is equal to what? 9 by 3n. This is equal to 3n. X is equal to 3n. What does it mean? Whenever we give one value to n, the x will become so. So how many values we can put, that we have to check. N is equal to 1. So x will be equal to 3. N is equal to 1. X will be equal to 3. So 4 3s are 7 3s are. So when n is equal to 1, x is equal to 3. See, the whole understanding is this. If you get that, you can put many values to n. Then if n is equal to 2, x will be equal to 6. Yes. If n is equal to 2, x is equal to 6. 4 6 are 7 6 are. Similarly, when n is equal to 3, x is equal to 9. Yeah. 9 4s are. 9 7s are. Then when n is equal to 4, x will be equal to 12. 12 4s are. 12 7s are. Then put n is equal to 5. X is equal to 15. 15 4s are. 15 7s are. Can we consider this pair? Because this is already 3 digit. So how many such pairs are there? 4 such pairs. This question is not so easy, but we have the clue. The difference, you see that this thing, I mean, the basic numeracy classes. Okay. In that, I have kept a separate topic for reversing the digits. There you will get why it is so. Okay, I have explained. You just keep it with you now. So when you come across, you will understand why I have taken 9. Okay. Yeah. And there is an associated topic with respect to 3 digits also. You would see them. If you understand, if you don't understand them, then ask. Okay. Yeah. I mean, mark this question, and after that you can see. Okay. Yeah. Done. Eighteenth question. An amount of money was distributed among A, B, and C in the ratio P is to Q is to R. A, B, C are getting the amount P, Q, R. P, Q, R. Fine. Consider the following statements. A gets the maximum share. A gets the maximum share if P is greater than Q plus R. If P is greater than Q plus R. A share is P, B share is Q, C share is R. What does it mean? A share is more than the sum of B and C. Yes or no? So in that case, A gets the maximum share. Now, second, ABC, PQ, R. C gets the minimum share. C gets the minimum share if R is lesser than P plus Q. R is lesser than P plus Q. Can I write P plus Q like this? R should be lesser than P plus Q, but it is in reverse. Can I write P plus Q is greater than R? Rather than writing R is lesser than P plus Q, can I write P plus Q is greater than R? Now decide, C gets the minimum share. P plus Q together getting more than R. P plus Q is getting more than R. Let's say I am getting certain salary. Okay. You and you together, you both are together getting salary more than me. Then among us, among 3 people, am I getting the least salary? We don't know about your salaries, right? If I say my salary is more than the sum of your salary, then can you easily conclude that my salary is more than the individual also? In this case, my salary is lesser than sum of those 2. But can you conclude that my salary is definitely less than any one of them? We can't say, right? So second one, we can't say. See, in such cases, if you get stuck with this plus, minus, greater, less, you will not get the answer. Imagine the situation. Just say to yourself, his salary is lesser than. Yes? Though my salary is, let's say, our salary is 4. And collectively, P plus Q is 5, let's say. Collectively, P plus Q is 5, let's say. P is 2 and Q is 3. Can we say our salary is least? No, right? Okay. Similarly. Okay. Done this? We are done with ratio and proportion. See, before beginning mixtures and allegations, I'll tell you one thing. See, in this examination or in any examination or in whatever the work that you do, with competition, without competition, let's say you are the only master of your trade or business or whatever, no competition also. Or if you are competing with lakhs of people, it is not about your intelligence basically. It is not about your skills up to some extent. It is all about your attitude. Yeah, attitude includes many things. Attitude in the sense, the attitude of learning, the attitude of getting better, attitude of taking some positives from somewhere, whatever, wherever that is available. Yeah. See, I just remembered a scene which was 11 years ago. 11 years ago. Because even I used to go to classes in 2011. In 2011, okay. There used to be 2 classes, like 2 hours 45 minutes one class, one more class of 2 hours 45 minutes. Okay, I used to travel nearly 23 kilometers, so 23 kilometers in 3 different modes. One is by walk for 1 kilometer, and then metro for almost 18 kilometers, another 3-4 kilometers in shared auto 5 rupees. So my exact journey time used to be 40 minutes. Exact journey time used to be 40 minutes. And I was never late also. And I was never too early for the class also. So my journey used to start from 1:35 exactly. And I used to reach the class by exact 2:15. Sometimes with something to eat in hand and rush into the class. Because then the class gates used to be closed at the right time. And for 20 minutes, we had to wait to go into the class. So that is kind of a punishment that you used to get. Okay. And again, 2:15 to 6 o'clock one class. 2:15 to 6 o'clock. Sorry, 2:15 to 5 one class. Then half an hour break. 5:30 to 8:15 one more class. Again 8:15 leaving. I used to reach house by 9 o'clock. But while coming, while in the metro and while walking from metro to the house, I used to listen to the AIR news because exactly 8:30 to 9 o'clock news used to be there. See, that rush time and like that, because every minute is important. So that is how we worked. Okay. Even wasting a single minute would have been considered as a sin. So that is how it was. And in those classes also, I used to have this CSAT classes then. I used to sit for CSAT classes. Whatever that I am teaching today, this has been learned very long back. Before my 5th standard only, I have learned so many things out of it. Okay, since then I just keep on practicing them. But again, I used to sit for that CSAT class also. I never thought that that is waste of time, because somewhere some new trick, some new shortcut is going to help me. Then CSAT was counted. Yeah, then target is what? Scoring 180, 190 and 200 in the CSAT. That was the target. But without that also, without the class also, we could have done. But that is the kind of attitude that we had. Because going from Karnataka to Delhi, they're living in very substandards, and again putting yourself into the fore of competition, all that thing. This was the struggle time what we had. Still, the people who are very expert also used to sit in the class. They never used to show off, exhibit the knowledge, because they used to think that at least one word somewhere, one sentence somewhere, one good thing somewhere is going to help me in the examination. That is the way of attitude. Now, here also in the class, I see the people like who are having that attitude, like you are far better. You are far better. You are good in your skills. You are good in aptitude. You are good in these math skills. But still you are sitting in the class and paying that attention with discipline. Actually, it like overwhelms a person who is teaching here. And there are few 180-degree opposite students also. 180-degree opposite students, like if they don't clear the prelims or the CSAT paper, finally the blame would come to us. They never take the blame on themselves because they are good. They are good in blaming. They put a blame that class timing was not proper, method was not proper. So if you know the better method or proper method, why you have taken the classes at all? So here, now the new generation, how it is coming, like they are coming to check the standard of the lecture, I can say in the entire Bangalore market, who all are running around. Even today, get me a CSAT paper, get me anything, I will outsmart everyone. That is the confidence I have. Okay. I have taught for nearly like 10 years in this thing only. I know every bit of a question and every like pulse of the question I know. Understand? And if the people don't attend the class now, when they are going to attend? Definitely they will gamble with the paper. Problem is their attitude. And finally blame will come on whom? And that is what we are getting year after year. After putting so much of, like this thing. Every year my slides get updated, Like I take the previous year question and again I change my method so that I can accommodate the new. It is not about, like how much hard work we are doing. It is not about hard work. And even it is not about the hard work of yours. It is the right attitude. Right attitude. Attitude is like how you are responding to the situation. I see people, instead of attending the class, sitting there in the park, and definitely sitting in the park would like re-energize all that thing, I know. But definitely for this journey, this class would have been more worthier than sitting in the. For example, we prioritize calls, no? If you get a call from somebody else, you don't receive unknown number. If it is from your parent, you receive, right? You prioritize. So your time also you prioritize. If somebody has come to meet you while you are in the class, if that person is very important to you, like you will take a break and meet. If you feel that that person is not at all important, then you will attend the class. So that is how it is. So finally, everything boils down to what kind of attitude you have towards the person, towards the situation. Understanding my point? And I am telling you, out of my personal experience, only the attitude will take you to the next level. Only the attitude. Knowledge doesn't matter, I'm telling you. This examination is of 50% marks. Get 50% marks, you will be through. It is about the right attitude. And your war is not over. Your war will get over when you retire and show to the world that in your span of time, what you have done, how many lives you have influenced, how many changes that you have made. Winning the exam is not at all this thing. And my aim is not to make you clear the examination. Even when you enter the service, you have to serve with the right attitude. Getting my point? Tomorrow, if you are, like in the news for some wrong reasons, then the hardest hit will be for the teachers who have taught you. Because we could not inculcate that right attitude in your persona. So that is what like aches us. Understand? So it is not just about clearing this exam. It is about how a person you will be throughout your life. So that is going to decide your success or like purpose of life. Examination, even bring me a, like donkey. Bring me a donkey, I'll teach it to clear the examination. It can also clear the examination. But we don't want donkeys, right? Even the donkeys with right intelligence, we don't want. We want that attitude in the people. Getting my point? So this just came out like that. I wanted to tell. After seeing some faces, I wanted to tell. Okay, fine. Coming to mixtures and allegations. Again, this is the applied chapter of ratio and proportion. So most of the cases, we use this ratio and proportion as the basic of mixtures and allegations. Mixtures means what? When you are adding one substance to another, it is a mixture. When you are adding one substance to another, it is a mixture. And why do we mix? Why do we mix one substance to another? But why do we increase the quantity? With the same substance only, you can increase the quantity, no? For example, 1 kg of sugar is there. Take the same variety of sugar and add it, you will get 2 kgs, no? Adulteration? Basically, you are mixing what? Cheaper quality product with a good quality product. Yes. He told we mix for getting a new product. That is also right? That is also right? But the society puts something into our mind. Already, when it comes to mixture, in our vision, like if mixture is there, that means somebody is mixing a bad thing into a good thing. But sometimes we mix for good reason also, no? We mix for good reason. For example, the purest sulfuric acid, will you use? We dilute it, right? With water. Why? It is very dangerous. Okay. Even in alcohol, people mix water, right? Or soda. Why? Because if they drink raw, their intestine will get blasted or even liver will have a... Yes or no? And one more thing, the cost they can't bear. If they put water, they can bear the cost. Yes or no? And while we are making so many cuisines, we mix so many dals, we make different types of rices also. Yes, sometimes while we are giving tadka, like we put ghee, we put vanaspati, we put oil, different combinations we do. Yes or no? So for good reasons and bad reasons, but mostly when it comes to the adulteration. So adulteration is also kind of mixing. So why do we adulterate? Why do we adulterate? First is for profit. But why can't we sell the same goods for that much quantity for what the customer has asked? Why? Yeah, we want to make more profit. Legitimate profit is what? You have brought a kg of sugar for 40 rupees. Legitimate, okay, you can sell it at 50 rupees. That is legitimate. But if you bring 40 kg rupees wala, 40 rupees kg wala rice, and if you mix with something else, and still you are selling it at 40 rupees a kg, it is illegitimate, right? That profit is illegitimate. You are not supposed to do it. Okay. So basically, what do? We mix costlier goods with cheaper goods. And still, we sell them at the price of costlier goods only. Yes? And that is why we mix. For example, there is 60 rupees a kg rice and there is a 40 rupees kg a rice. You don't make out which is better, which is not. Yes. So you will say 2 kgs of rice. You will go inside and give. Will you check with some meter there? Nothing, right? Yeah. So 60 rupees wala rice is this and 40 rupees wala is this. Okay. Let's say the shopkeeper is giving 1 kg of this and he is mixing 1 kg of this. Now, what is the cost for him totally? 1 kg of this and 1 kg of this. So totally 60 rupees plus 40 rupees. So totally 100 rupees. But how many kgs he is giving? 2 kgs. So this 100 rupees for 2 kgs. So each kg costs him how much? 50 per kg. Actually, how much he will get from the customer? How much he will get from the customer? If he says that I have mixed 40 rupees kg, you give less, will the customer take? So he has to act as if like he has given 2 kgs of costlier only. So he will charge how much? 120, right? 120. Yes. What is his investment totally? 100. So what is the profit percentage he is getting? 20%. 20 rupees or 20% here, because the investment is 100. Are you getting the point? Yes. Now, look at the final price of the mixture. This is 50 rupees per kg, right? So what he will do? He will take half a bag of this rice, half bag of this rice and mix it. And he will mix it and keep it. But for him, the investment on that is 50 rupees per kg, right? And whenever someone comes, he will give it at 60 per kg. And he is getting 20% profit. Now see, he has mixed 1 kg of this and 1 kg of this. So can I say he is mixing both the rices in the ratio 1:1? 1:1. Now what is the price? What is the final price of that mixture? 50, right? 100 rupees for 2 kgs, but 50 rupees a kg. Correct? So, if you consider these prices, 60 and 40, where exactly is your price of the mixture coming? Middle. Because you are mixing in the ratio 1:1. Half this, half this. So, your price will come exactly in the middle. Now, I'll take one more scenario. 60 rupees wala rice, 2 kgs and 40 rupees wala 1 kg. So total this is 120, here 40. To make it very simple, I'll take one more this thing. I'm sorry. Just for your understanding. Otherwise, it will lead to a bit of complexity. Let's say this is 3 kg. How much it will be? 180. 2 kg of this. This is 80. 180 plus 80. 260. Totally how many kgs of rice now? So what is the average? 260 by 5. 52. Look at the price now. 40 is here, 60 is here. Middle price 50 is here. But 52 is towards left or towards costlier good. Why my price of the mixture has gone towards 52? More than half. Why? Yes. In the mixture, the quantity of costlier goods will make the price of the mixture more costlier. Yes. Similarly here, 60, 40, I'll take 2 kgs of this. So this will be 120. 3 kgs of this, 120. So totally 240 divided by 5. How much it will be? 48. If you take the middle of these two, 50 is here, So 48 will come here. Why my price is bending towards the lowest price? Because cheaper goods are more. So more the costlier goods, the price of the mixture will be going towards the costliest. More the cheaper good, my price will be going towards the what? Cheaper. Understood? If they are exactly in 1:1 ratio, the price will be in the middle. Got it? So take any ratio for mixture. Take any ratio for mixture. What is the range for the this one prices? Take any mixture, 100 kg of this, 200 kg of this, or 50 kg of this, 10 kgs of this. Mix in any manner. Our price of the mixture will be running between costliest and the costlier price and the cheaper price, correct? So it will never cross the cheapest price. It will never cross the costliest. Understood this one? Is there difficulty to understand this? No, right? Yeah. Now, when they have given, let's say, price 1, price 2, quantity 1 and quantity 2. Can you find out the price of the mixture? Yes. Yes or no? 60 rupees, 40 rupees, 2 kg, 3 kg. Can you finally arrive at the price of the mixture? So how do you do it? This into this into this, plus this, divide by Q1 plus Q2 will get us. Don't write all these things. It will scare you. Simple. Rate into quantity, add total number of quantity. Do it practically. Don't write this formula or something. It will scare you for sure. Then somebody has to come and tell you what is P1, what is P2, Q1, Q2. By then, you would have forgotten. Okay, this is, you understood? Now, I'll give separate scenario. Observe carefully. Don't write anything. Let's say, one variety of rice is costing me 60 rupees per kg and another rice is costing 40 rupees per kg, and when I mix them properly, and finally I found that the price of the mixture is 45. See, price 1 is given, price 2 is given, and price of the mixture is given. Can we find out Q1 and Q2? See, here totally, how many unknowns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Among 5, if they give 4, you can get 1 right. But among 5, they have given you only 3. Then also you can get the sense of the transaction. Because this is price 1, this is price 2, price 1, and this is price 2, and this is price of the mixture. See, observe carefully. This is the only method and this is the only trick that we are going to learn in this problem or in the whole entire chapter. What is the difference of these two? Keep here. Difference of these two. Take the ratio of these two. What does it mean? See, look at this price. It is leaning towards what? Cheaper or costlier? Cheaper. So, cheaper goods have to be more in the mixture. In what ratio? For every kg of costlier rice, we have 3 times of. Understood the problem? Yes. One more case. 60 here, 40 here, and here 55. Now tell me, at the outset, which goods have to be more, costlier or cheaper? So, take the difference. 3:1. So costlier goods is more. Understood? What if I had put 50 here? 10 here, 10 here. 1:1. Understood the trick? Understood the trick? Yeah. Is it difficult? So we are going to use this trick in many cases. Okay. So let us try to solve the questions. If you want to write these two examples, you can write. Yeah. Done. ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ವಾ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾ ಇದೆಯಾ So with this knowledge we'll try to do some problems, we'll get even better clarity. Okay, the cost of T1 is rupees 15 per kg and cost of T2 is rupees 20 per kg. Okay, which zamana is this? Now what is the rate of 1 kg of tea powder? Let us check your knowledge. Per kg. I will buy all the lot of tea from you and sell. Tomorrow in manifest I will sell only tea. Huh? Huh? Yeah, around 300 to 400. 300 to 400 rupees a kg. This question might be of 50, 60 years old. Yeah. And that too, in Assam, this question might have been formed. So T1 is 15 per kg, T2 is 20 per kg. These two types are mixed in the ratio 3:2. So 15 rupees, 3 kgs and 20 rupees, 2 kgs, correct? So total 45 here and here 40. Total 85. 85 divided by how many kgs? 5 kgs. This is equal to, actually when we have taken ratio, we would have taken 3x and 2x. So what would have happened here? If I had taken 3x and 2x, 45x, 40x. But again, when I am dividing it by 5, no, that is 5x. So why to take bechara x and kill it? Let us not take it. It is like adopting a child and killing it. Why should we do that? Without child also we can survive, no? So simple, in such cases, you can assume them as the number of kgs. Yeah, 3:2. Is it difficult? From the very, outset only, that is 3:2. That is, the cheaper goods is more, right? In this ratio, cheaper goods is more. Three times, here 2 times. So, if it was in the ratio 1:1, what would have been our answer? 15 rupees wala and 20 rupees wala, 1:1. What would have been our answer? Exactly middle, 17.5. Yes? Okay, what if 2:3? Don't calculate. 1:1, 17 and a half. 3:2 is 17. 2:3 would be 18. Okay? In a class, 30 students, in a class of 30 students, the average weight of boys is 25 kg. Average weight of boys is 25 kg. Then average weight of girls is 20 kg. The fraction of boys out of the total students of the class is. They are asking us the fraction of students out of. So at least we should have total students. Do we have total students? So basically in these problems, we get 5 data, no? Quantity 1, quantity 2, price 1, price 2, price of the mixture, correct? But how many they have provided? If they had given 3, at least we would have thought, we would have got something. But when they have supplied only 2 informations, we can't do anything. See, without this problem, okay, let us think of a class. Boys are weighing 25 kg as the average. Girls are weighing 20 kg as the average. Your mind is asking, right? How many boys, how many girls? Or at least it is asking, what is the total? At least it is asking, what is the average weight of the entire class at least? It is asking those questions, right? Just if you give, boys are 20 kg average, 25 kg, and girls are 20 kg average. You will not get anything. You can't calculate anything. So, data is insufficient. Yeah, in class of 30 students. Okay. This plus this could have been 30. This and this could have been 30, correct? Average, we don't know. What is the possibility in 30? 1 boy and 29 girls. Is it a possibility? Other extreme, 29 boys and 1 girl. This is a possibility. Actually, the possibilities are many. 228, 327, 1515, 1020, 2010. So in all those cases, our average of the entire class is going to change. See, boys are having 25 kg average means, let us take every boy weighs 25 kg. Every girl weigh 20 kg. 15 girls, 15 boys would have been middle, no? Exact. What about 14 boys, 16 girls? Weight would change, total weight. 16 boys, 14 girls, it would change. So every time it will change. So we cannot, if they had given this, what would have got? Would have got the ratio, right? Ratio of this and this. With that, we would have found out this and this. At least they would have given us what? Average of the entire class. Average weight of the entire class they would have given us. But they have not given, so we can't find. Okay. If you can find, let me know. Okay. Message me as soon as you get the answer. Message me. I'll come to your place with some gift. No matter it is 1 o'clock in the night. I'll come. A merchant has 1000 kg of sugar. Merchant has totally 1000 kg sugar. Of which he sells at 10% profit. A part of which he sells at 10% profit and the rest at 18% profit. How is it possible? Possible, right? You go to vegetable market in the morning, everything will be fresh, right? Fresh. So the sellers will be at peak. You ask anything, they will charge more. Go in the afternoon in summer. everything will be like this. Even like all fresh vegetable will be like this. Even the seller would be like this. You'll ask something, take it for whatever you want. Okay. Again in the evening, you'll put some water. Evening under lights, green, everything. Again, will charge more. At 9 o'clock, he has to go to his house, no? He can't throw it on road. Rather than I put it to dustbin, you put it to your stomach. So cheap. So it depends upon the situation. Or you go to some a shop with neat dressing and all, and you are also showing the attitude, he will also show the attitude. You ask any price, ye to dega, ye to bakra hai, ye dega. You go in a very poor, like even he will have some kind of this one connection. He will, okay, theek hai, 2 rupees kam hai, theek hai. So here what he is doing, he is selling the same sugar to 2 different prices. Depending upon the person, he will take 18% wala, 10% wala. Same sugar only. But he is charging 2 margin. Yeah? Okay. Let us think that he has bought each kg of sugar at rupees 100. Let us take this as his cost price. Anyways, we are going to deal with profit and loss later. Yeah. Let us think that he has bought each kg of rice at rupees 100. At rupees 100. What does that mean? Like he has invested 100 rupees a kg of sugar. And he wants to gain 10% profit on something. I mean, on some kg, he wants to get the profit of 10%. So at what price he should be selling? 110. So he would sell at 110. Then some sugar, he wants to sell it at 18%. So what should be the selling price? Okay, let's say he has sold some sugar at 10% profit and some sugar at 18% profit. And finally he sold every kg, like his bag is empty now. And in the evening, he will sit and what? He will try to count, no? Like how much profit he has got. How much profit he has got. So finally 1000 kg, all 1000 kg sold. Now what they are telling, overall, on the whole, he gains 15%. What does it mean? Rather than selling it to 10% profit and 18% separately for different quantities, if he would have sold the entire lot for 15% profit, it would have been the same, no? Because he is gaining 15% on the whole. See, one way of doing it, what? Sell some sugar for 10% profit, sell some sugar, 18% profit. At the end, you are counting and seeing that you have got 15% profit. One more shopkeeper will not do any discrimination. He will sell the entire sugar at 15% profit. Even he will count at the end of the day. For him also, what is the profit? 15% only. What does that mean? Either it is 110 on some lot and 118 on some lot. At the end of the day, it is as good as selling every kg of sugar at rupees 115. Yes or no? Overall profit is 115, right? Overall profit is 115. And see, the minimum profit is 10. Maximum profit is 18. What about this 15? It is between them. Now tell me, if his overall profit is 15, then which sugar he has sold more? 10% wala or 18% wala? If he had sold 1:1. 110 rupees wala equal to 118 rupees wala. What would have been the final gain on the lot? 14 rupees would have been the profit, but he has got 15 rupees now. So which rice he has, which sugar he has sold more? Take the difference. It is 3. Take the difference. It is, sorry. This is 5 and this is 3:5. What does that mean? What does that mean? If he had sold 3 kgs of 10% profit sugar, he has sold 5 kgs of 18% wala sugar. Getting my point? But has he sold only 8 kgs? 3:5 is the ratio. 3:5 is the ratio. Has he sold only 3 kgs and 5 kgs? So what he has sold? He has sold 3x and 5x. So total is how much? 8x. This 8x is equal to how much? 1000. X is equal to 125. X is equal to 125. But what they are asking? The quantity sold at 18%. They are asking this 5x. So 5x we have to find out. So 5x is equal to 5 into 125. That is 625. So I sold 625 kgs of 18% profit sugar. Yes? Or else from here only you can solve. If he had sold 3 kgs of 10% wala, he would have sold 5 kgs of 18% wala. Correct? In total 8 kgs, what is the share of costlier sugar? 5. So 5 by 8, right? You do 5 by 8 is the fraction of what? 5 by 8 is the fraction of costlier sugar. Into 1000. Then also you will get 625. Then also you will get 625. Yes? So finally, he has sold 625 kg of sugar at 18% profit. Another 375 kgs at 10% profit. Understood? Yes? See, so far we used to take here the rates of or prices of 2 different varieties. Again, same sugar, but think like they are 2 different varieties because we are selling it at different prices. So this method is a beautiful method. We can apply it anywhere. Whenever we are getting the mixture, we can apply it. Next. The shopkeeper mixed 40 kg refined oil. So this is what? Q1, right? Q1, quantity 1 is 40 kg of refined oil. So what is the price of that one? I don't know. With vegetable oil, worth rupees 50 per kg. Second quantity, that is price 2, is 50 per kg. 50 rupees. What about quantity? We don't know. Thus he gains rupees 10 after selling the mixture of the 2 oils. He is selling after mixing it. But while mixing, we should know price 1. We should know quantity 2. Then only we will get the price of the mixture. Yes or no? then we will make profit on this. Then we'll make profit on this, correct? Yes or no? So we need this data. We need this data. So can't be determined. Think overnight. Let me know if you get the answer. Yeah? Or do practically. Yeah, do practically. You buy some oil. Or you go to buy the oil. You will say, I want 40 kg of oil. They will ask which oil. No, in problem it is not given. So I won't give. Then you will go once more. Give me 50 rupees wala oil. He'll ask, how much quantity? No, it is not given. Then you will go again. I want to make 10 rupees profit. How should I make? So he'll give 10 rupees and tell you don't come next time. So it cannot be done. Okay? It cannot be done. 450 liters of mixture of milk and water. Milk to water. How many liters? 450 liters totally. Totally 450 liters. Contain milk and water in the ratio 9:1. How much water should be added to get a new mixture containing milk and water in the ratio 5:2? So what is happening in the ratio? What is happening in the ratio? It is becoming what? Finally, 5:1. What is happening? Milk is getting reduced. But now I will say, in a container, I have put some milk and water, and you are saying that milk's quantity has reduced. Is there any mechanism through which I can take out only milk? Hamsa Kshira Naya, I've heard of. I have not seen Hamsa doing that Naya ever. So there is no method that you will take only. But what is the alternative to reduce the share of the milk or percentage of the milk in the mixture? Anyways, you cannot take out milk. So what you will do? You will add more water. That is what they are doing. It is appearing like as if its quantity is reducing. Its ratio is reducing. Milk itself is not reducing. But its ratio in the mixture is reducing. Getting my point? Because water is becoming more. It doesn't mean that 1 liter water was there and still 1 liter water is there. Why we are taking X, Y, all that thing? So, let us take the quantity of the milk as 9x and water as 1x. X or 1x? Both are correct, okay? But don't have that practice of writing 1x. So 10x is how many liters? 450 liters, right? So x is equal to 45 liters, right? X is equal to 45 liters. So water is 45 liters now and rest of it is milk. So out of 450, if 45 is water, then milk would be 405 liters, right? Now, we are not touching what? Milk. We are adding only water. So this 405 liter will remain the same, correct? And we are going to add something to the water. Yes. Now, this ratio is becoming 5:1. This is a new ratio altogether. Just like expenditures and incomes and expenditure, we had taken X and Y differently, right? So can I take 5y here and a y here. Can I take this amount is 5y and this amount is y? Can I take? Now 5y is 405 liters. 5y is equal to 405 liters. So y is equal to how much? 405 by 5. 5 8s are 5 1s. So 81. Y is equal to 81. Now y value how much? 81, no? So actually the amount of water should be 81 liter now in the new mixture. But how much water is already there? So how much I have to add? I have to add 36 liters. Same. This is the initial ratio. This is the final ratio. We took it as 9x plus x is equal to 10x is equal to 450 liters. X is equal to 45 liters and 9x is equal to 405 liters. We are not touching milk. We are touching only water. Correct? Yes or no? So keep the milk intact, but we are assigning a new ratio to it, 5:1. So 5y this one, y is this. 405 is 5y. So y is equal to 81. So y should be the amount of water, that is 81. Already 45 liter of water is there in the mixture. How much we have to add extra? We have to add 36 liters extra. Okay. Yes. I don't know from this one what you will get when you are revising. I don't want you to mug up the problem or even like step by step you write the solution. I don't want that. You have to understand the problem. Earlier the ratio was different. Now the ratio is different. Why? The milk has been added. That is why the ratio is changing. That's it. Milk has not changed. Only the water has changed. That is why it is a new ratio and we have to take it as 5y is to y only. If you take 5x is to x, then it is gone wrong. Okay, fine. Yeah. In what ratio must water be mixed with milk? In what ratio must water be mixed with milk? See, always read them in order. Water is first, then comes milk. So put water here and milk here. Be mixed with milk costing rupees 12. Milk is costing how much? 12. To obtain a mixture worth rupees 9 per liter. So this is cost of milk, but when we are mixing it with water, we are getting the cost of the mixture as 9. What is this? This is cost of milk. This is cost of mixture. Price of milk or price of mixture. This is, see, when we had taken rice, variety 1, variety 2 we had taken, right? Sugar, variety 1, variety 2. Here milk, variety 1, milk, variety 2. Can we take the water as variety of milk? But still, we can take the worst quality of milk. Can we take the price of the water as 0? You don't worry about water and milk here. Price of one quantity is 12. Price of another quantity, price of one liquid is 12. Price of another liquid is 0. Is that a possibility? Unless they mention that water costs you. Let's say if some milkman is mixing Bisleri water, then the problem would have been different. When they don't mention the price of the water, you mention it as 0. Now can we solve? 9 here, here 3. What is the ratio? 3:9. That means 1:3. What is this? Water to milk ratio. That means for every 3 liters of milk, you have to add 1 liter of water. Or for every 1 liter of water, you have to mix 3 liters of milk. So this is the order is very important. Though you get the answer, if you change the order, milk first, water next, then your answer would have been 3:1. That will be confusing. Understood? Yes? What if I mix water and milk in 1:1 ratio? What will be the price of the mixture? Simple, no? 12 rupees milk, 0, 1:1. 1 liter of this, 1 liter of that. What will it be? 6 rupees a liter. Okay? Dishonest milkman. I would say simple milkman. You don't have to be shaming someone. Okay, you have to understand. Now, when we say politician, what will come to your mind? But bechara, good politicians are also there. Yep. When we say government officers, when we say police, when we say rickshaw drivers, when we say lorry drivers, we have some assumption, right? So that is the predisposition what we have, or prejudice. Yes, that is what we have. So here milkman means some milkmen add water to milk and some milkmen add milk to water. Two different things. Okay. Professes to sell his milk at cost price, but he mixes it with water and thereby gains 20%. See, here nothing is given. Price is not given, quantity is not given. Simple, they are giving 20%. Observe, for such problems, I have one shortcut. Let the amount of water be this, milk be this. Let's say he is mixing in 1:1 ratio, 1 liter of water and 1 liter of milk. How do you write this? I mean, W by M, how do you write? 1 by 1 in percentage terms. 1 by 1 is how much? 100%. So profit margin is 100%. Yeah? Simple, no? You take 1 liter of milk, let's say 50 rupees a liter. Take water, it doesn't cost anything. Add 1 more liter of water to that. So 2 liters of mixture. How much you will be selling it at? 50 rupees per liter only, no? If you say that I am selling it at cheaper price, they will ask why. You will say I have added water. Even 1 liter will not be taken. So 50 rupees a liter only will sell. So you will get how much? 100, right? On the investment of 50, you are getting 100. Your profit is 50 on the investment of 50. So profit percentage is 100%. Anyways, we'll do some profit and loss problems later. Okay, after this chapter, when we come to the quantitative aptitude next, we'll do that one. Similarly, if 1 liter is added to 2 liters of milk, what it will become? 50% profit. You have this chart with you. Now 1 by 3. That is nothing but 33 point. Take any percentage for that matter. Let's say 2:3. This is 2/3. Profit percentage is anything. Just order is important. W should come first. Generally we write milk first. We should not do that. Write water first, then milk. Because this is W/M. So profit percentage is just the conversion of this fraction into percentage. That's it. Okay. Fine. No problem. So in this question, his profit is how much? 20%, right? What fraction is 20%? 1/5. So ratio would be 1:5. What does it mean? For every liter of water, he has to mix 5 liters of milk, or for every 5 liters of milk, he has to add 1 liter of water. What they are asking? The percentage of water in the mixture. What is it? Percentage of water in the mixture. %90 of the people will say 1/5. That is wrong. They are asking what? Percentage of water in the entire mixture. Mixture is of how many liters? 6, no? 5 is only milk. So out of 6 liters, 1 liter is water. So what is the percentage of water in the mixture? 1/6, nothing but 16.6%. Nothing but 16.6%. Is that okay? Yeah? Be careful here. 90% of the people will put this only. Then why would have to calculate everything? 20% mixture, so 20% tick. Why should I teach this? When they have given 20%, again you are telling the answer is 20%. That might not be correct, no? There has to be some effort. Yes? Now you tell me, in what proportion water be mixed with spirit? They had taken milk so far, now they are taking spirit. What a big deal. It is just up to our imagination. Our mind is not going to get corrupted. It is just up to our imagination. Correct? So, water is to spirit. We have to mix. To gain how much? Profit percentage? 16.66%. So, what should be the fraction of W/S? 1/6. So, the ratio of this one? Simple. See, the persons who are not attending might solve this question. I don't doubt. But this method, they might not be knowing. So this is matter of 5 seconds. 5 seconds. They might take more than a minute. More than a minute. But in that gap, we can solve 1 or 2 questions more. So that is the whole idea of difference. Yes, these shortcuts, see, most of the shortcuts what I am teaching here, you go and check any traditional book. You won't get them. You won't get them. Because it has taken so many years of exploration into the subject and also the research into the subject. When we come to the class, we do lot of background work, like, because we have to teach. It is not like reading. Okay, take the value of x is equal to. It is not like that. We have to imbibe a few things into your mind. You have to understand how the things can be put. It is not just by language. It is not just by the subject also. It is by skills. How we have to put that one. Maybe it is even like our personality, our voice modulation, and our study of psychology of the students. All that thing. We get to know the answer in the faces only. If somebody is stuck, your expression will change. So we will explain once again. If everyone is happy, we go to the next question. Yeah. So next question. In 25 liters of mixture of milk and water, the water is only 20%. Water and milk. 25 liter mixture total. 20% is water. 20% is water means other 80% is what? Milk. 20% of 25 liter, how much? 20% of 25. 5 liter of water and milk. 20 liter of milk. Correct? How many liters of water is required to increase the percentage of water to 80%? Now, we are adding what? More water. That means what? We are not touching milk. We are adding more water so that the amount of water should become 80%. If the amount of water becomes 80%, what will be the amount of milk then? 20%. At the end of this transaction, if water becomes 80%, what will be the share of milk? 20%. Are we going to change the milk? 20 liter is intact, right? 20 liter is intact. If 20% is 20 liters, what would be 80%? If 20% is 20 liter in a mixture, if 20% is 20 liters, then 80% would be 80 liters. This is what? This is the new amount of water. Earlier, how many liters of water were there? Yes, now it is becoming 80 liters. So totally, we are adding 75 liters. Yes. Here the idea is, we are not changing the amount of milk. We are keeping the amount of milk intact. Done? Yeah. So answer is 75 liters. There is a milk sample with 50% water in it. Milk sample, 50% water in it. What does that mean? W is to M is equal to 1 is to 1. In one sample. If 1/3 of this milk, I am taking 1/3 of this milk and I am adding it to the equal amount of pure milk. So this is one sample. This is one sample we have. We are taking 1/3 of it. Then what we are doing? We are adding it to one more sample where milk is pure. So water to milk ratio is 0:1. Now here tell me, what is the purity of milk? What is the purity of milk? 50%, or let's say half. Here, what is the purity of milk? Yes. Now, then water in the new mixture is how much? There is a milk sample, 50-50. If 1/3 of this milk, we are taking 1/3 of this milk and added equal amount of pure milk. How much pure milk we are adding? 1/3 or this much? This is a sample of milk, half pure. Sample of milk, fully pure. 1/3 of this milk is taken and added. 1/3 of this milk is added equal amount of pure milk. So that amount is equal to this or this. So they are taking 1/3 and mixing it to the equal amount of, so 1/3 only, right? So they are taking this one. Here the purity is how much? Half. Here the purity is full. And what they are doing? What they are doing? They are adding, see, they have taken some sample. Here also, they have taken the equal amount of sample. Now, these are added in 1:1 ratio. Do you agree? Don't worry about this 1/3. Don't worry about this 1/3. They are added in equal ratio. Okay, you have taken 1/3 only. But here also you have taken same thing, no? These two are same, right? So you are adding 1:1. So half into 1 liter, let's say. Half pure milk, 1 liter, and purest milk, 1 liter. So half into 1 is half, plus 1 into 1, 1. So total how much it is? 3/2, but 1 plus 1. This is, now the purity of milk is what? 3/4. Simple. I'll tell you. There is 1 liter of milk. 1 liter of this sample. First sample. 1 liter total. In that, half liter is milk, half liter is water. One more sample. Here water, here milk. Here only milk is there, na 1 liter. 1 liter. Correct? Now you are taking 1/3 of it. Again you are taking 1/3 of it. What is the fun? Don't worry about that 1/3. You mix both of them. What you will get? Half liter of water and 1.5 liter of, yes or no? 1/2 is to 3/2 is what? 1:3. 1:3. Here what does it mean? 1 part of water and 3 parts of milk. Yes or no? Now they are asking, then water in the new mixture will fall down to, earlier half milk, half water was there. Now it is what? Yeah, in the entire mixture, that is 4 parts, 1/4 is water. See, simple. Even with respect to this 1/3 also, I will bring to your, what? I mean, heads. Let's say in this sample, half milk, half water. Let's say 3 liter of milk and 3 liter of water. Done. Totally how many liters? 6 liters. I am taking 1/3 of that. If you take in one more smaller vessel, you are taking 1/3. In that, 1 liter milk, 1 liter water. Understood? Earlier I had taken 3 liter water and 3 liter milk in one vessel, mixed it. Now I am taking 1/3 of it. So 1 liter water and 1 liter milk. So totally how many liters of mixture? 2 liters. I am taking 2 liters of pure milk. 2 liters of pure milk here. Here a milk and water mixed. Here also 2 liter we have, but 1 liter water and 1 liter milk. Now I'll add them together. How many liters of water I get? 1 liter. How many liters of milk? 3 liters. So what is the percentage of water in this mixture? Don't tell me 1/3. That is ratio. 1 liter is the amount of water, but the amount of the whole mixture is 4 liter now. So 1 out of 4, 25%. Earlier it was 50%. Since we have added pure milk, the water's ratio or water's percentage has come down. Yes. So this 1/3, half, it will make you confused. Yeah. So assume some value which can be divided with 3. 50% sample. So I took 3 because I can divide it by 3. 3 liter water, 3 liter milk. So totally 6 liter, divide by 3. 1 liter water, 1 liter milk. In another sample, 2 liters of pure milk. Now 3 liters of milk, 1 liter of water. So 1 liter out of 4 liters is 1/4 or 25%. Done? Yeah. See, in the Josh only we'll finish off this one. Because if I take it tomorrow, again that introductory, it will take nearly half an hour. Now we are in momentum. We'll finish it in next 10-15 minutes. Okay. 3 more problems, I guess. Yes. 5. Okay. Don't worry, we'll finish off this. Anybody has anything urgent than learning? So if it is health, then yes, I can give you excuse. If it is health, because it is more important than learning today. Or if you have any call with Prime Minister, even I can wait for Prime Minister. Chief Minister, any representative, any officer, if you are having appointment with, then okay. Otherwise, another 15 minutes we'll learn. 2 vessels, A and B, contain spirit and water. 2 vessels, A and B, contain spirit and water. So first of all, there are 2 vessels. 2 vessels, A and B, containing spirit and water. So spirit and water is there in both the vessels. It is just like the previous problem. First sample 1:1, second sample 0:1, like that. Are mixed in the ratio 5:2 and 7:6. In first vessel, spirit and water are mixed in the ratio 5:2, and in the second, spirit and water are mixed in the ratio 7:6. See, so far we used to mix water and milk in one vessel and find out. Previous problem, 2 vessels we came across, but in one we didn't have mixture at all. It was pure milk. But here now we are taking mixtures, though it is the mixture of spirit and water in both this one, but their percentage of mixing is different. Yes or no? Percentage of mixing is different. So the nature of this mixture is different from the nature of this. It might be more concentrated, it might be more dilute, I don't know. Okay. Find the ratio in which these mixture be mixed. We are mixing them again. I told, though same content, variety is different. Mixture is different. When we add them, we'll get one more variety. Yeah. So in that variety, what is the final mixture? This spirit and water are mixed in the ratio 8:5. Don't be frightened at all. I'll show you with the same shortcut what we have used so far, how to do it. But here, you should decide you want spirit or water. It is up to you. I will take spirit. Okay. Now tell me, what is the purity of spirit in this? If this was milk and water, what would have been the fraction of milk in this one? If this is milk, what would have been the fraction of milk in this mixture? 5/? Not 5/2. 5/7. So I am taking spirit. So concentration of spirit for my calculation. Concentration or fraction of spirit. First vessel 5/7 is second vessel 7/13. Final mixture again spirit 8/. Find the difference. We have that golden cross method. Find the difference. 8/13 minus 7/13. But here I will not help. 5/7 minus 8/13. 5/7 minus 8/13. We have to get the LCM. Yes. 91. 13 sevens are 91. So 7 13s are 91. So 5 13s are 65. 13 sevens are 91. So 8 sevens are 56. 65 minus 56. 9/91. So here 9/91. Now I have told you we cannot keep the ratios in fractions. We have to solve. Just you can cancel here. 13 ones are 13 ones are 13 sevens are. This 7 will go that side. So that will become 7:9. So the sample A and sample B have to be mixed in 7:9 ratio so that we get the sample C. Simple. Here what we are focusing upon? Concentration of one liquid. Even if you take the concentration of water here, you will get the answer. For example, here water concentration is how much? 2/. Water concentration here, total water concentration 5/13. See, subtract this one, you will get 1/13. Same, if you subtract, you will get the same thing, 9/91. Same answer you will get. But you should not make a mistake. When you have taken spirit here, you should not take water's concentration here. And here also. All three places, you have to take the concentration of 1. Done? See, this cross method is applicable everywhere. See, initially we took 2 varieties and found out the ratio. Then we took the sugar problem. 2 different profit margins. There also we took this only. And here, when we are mixing 2 mixtures, then also we are taking cross method. So don't forget this cross method. This one, you take it as homework. This is nothing to do with cross. I mean, cross method is there, but you can solve it with the traditional method. You just understand 3 varieties are there. They are mixed in different ratio. If you don't get, I'll solve it for you. Then, this is one type of problem. Again, it needs your imagination properly. Imagination. Just listen, okay? Just listen. The ratio of petrol and kerosene in the container is 3:2. Just like our spirit and water. In the container, the ratio of petrol is to kerosene is in the ratio 3:2. When 10 liters of this mixture is taken out, when we take 10 liters out, is there any mechanism that I take only petrol out, I take only kerosene out? No, right? Okay. And is replaced by kerosene. We are taking the mixture out and we are putting more kerosene. So what is happening here? Kerosene is becoming more. And finally, what has happened? It has become 2:3. Kerosene has become 2:3. Yes? Here also, take the concentration of petrol. Since concentration of petrol is reducing, take the concentration of petrol. How much it is? 3/5. Finally, what it is becoming? This concentration is being reduced, correct? And we are getting this. After multiplying something, we get this. When we compromise the concentration of petrol, we get something. Simple. The concentration is being reduced by some factor. By some factor. What is that factor? You try to get. So finally, this has to come here. Instead of 3/5, I want 2/5. Yes? I don't want 3. How do I cancel if I don't want 3? Can I put 3 in denominator? Yes? Then, I want 2 here. 3 get cancelled. So if I 2, can I get 2/5? So, concentration of petrol is being reduced to 2/3. Is being reduced to 2/3. Express this in terms of 1 minus something. 2/3 can be expressed as 1 minus something. How? 1 minus what is equal to 2/3? 1 minus what is equal to 2/3? 1 minus what is equal to half? 1 minus what is equal to 3/4? 1/4, right? So 1 minus what is equal to 2/3? So basically, the concentration of the petrol was this much. That is being compromised and we are getting the concentration of petrol as 2/5. But this 2/3 can be expressed as 1 minus 1/3. So this is the compromise. How much petrol we are losing basically? This one. Minus 1/3. What they are asking? The total quantity of the mixture in the container. But how many liters they have taken out? What minus we are getting, no? That itself is 10 liters. What we are taking out, na? That itself is what? 10 liters. Getting my point? First, write this down. Write this down. 1/3 of mixture. 1/3 of mixture is equal to 10 liters. You write this. Then mixture is equal to 30 liters. I'll show you the practicality. Totally 30 liters is there. Petrol and kerosene, totally 30 liters is there. Now, what is the amount of petrol? 3x, 2x, totally how much? 5x. 5x is equal to 30. X is equal to 6. X is equal to 6. So amount of petrol 3x. 18 liters of petrol is there and 12 liters of kerosene is there. When we take 10 liters, out, even proportionate liquids will go out, right? So here what will happen? 6 liters of petrol will go and 4 liters of kerosene will go. 6 liters of petrol and 4 liters of kerosene will go. Okay, fine. Then what we are doing? We are doing 10 liters of kerosene. So basically this 18 minus 6 is becoming what? 12. But here 12 minus 4 plus 10. 8 plus 10. 18. So collectively we are adding 6. So this whole transaction is what? You are taking 6 liters petrol out and 6 liters in. That is the understanding. But this is okay when we get 30 liters. We can understand. But without that, it is very difficult to imagine and do in the examination hall. That is why in such problems, remember this method. Remember this method. You take the concentration of the liquid which is reducing, petrol. Here petrol concentration is 3/5 and finally it is becoming 2/5. Write that fraction which will make the change. Write that fraction and express that fraction in terms of 1 minus something. Whatever that you are subtracting, that itself is the amount that you are taking out. And again, you will not get this in any book. This is own derivation. This is own what? This is own formula or own method or whatever. There must be mathematicians who have come up with these things. I don't deny. But so far, the books what I have referred have not given this. And this is one thing what I have derived. Getting my point? It will be more clearer in one more problem. You can write this, no problem. You have to just take this. Older concentration, new concentration. With this, you will get one fraction. With this fraction, you will get one subtraction. Whatever that you are subtracting, that itself is the amount which is going out. Now, a vessel is filled with 3 parts of which are water and 5 parts syrup. So, water and syrup. 3 parts water, 5 parts syrup. What part of the mixture must be drawn off and replaced with water? So basically what we are trying to do here, we are removing the mixture and adding water. So we are reducing the concentration of syrup. We are reducing the concentration of syrup. What part of the mixture must be drawn off and replaced with water so that the mixture may be half water, half. So what does that mean in terms of ratio? Now tell me the concentration of syrup. Concentration of syrup in the first go. 5/8, very good. It has to become what? Concentration of the syrup has to become what? 1/2. I have to multiply something and get this. In place of 8, I want 2. So I'll multiply by 4. 4 ones are 4 twos are. I don't want 5. 4 by 5 can be expressed as 1 minus 1 by 5. What they are asking? What part of the mixture should be drawn off? 1 by 5, that's it. See, when this question was there, I worked out a method, and the next year such question come in the examination. And what else you want? Yes or no? What more satisfaction you want? And that too they have asked the fraction here. That too the fraction. They have not asked the amount also. They have asked the fraction. Understand? So when you start predicting the questions in the examination, so that is the growth. Even sometimes when you are really prepared well, maybe for weekly test or so, when you can predict the question, this question might have come. If you find such 4 questions out of 100 questions which you have predicted, then you are definitely clearing that paper. If you can predict 4 questions in entire paper, you are clearing that paper, because your frequency and the examiner's frequency is matching. Examiner is thinking exactly the way you are thinking. And you don't have to match 100%. You need the match of 50%. That's it. You are through. Yes, that happens. In the examination hall, you will feel that. Okay. So last problem, similar to this only. Similar to this only. A bottle contains 20 liters of liquid A. A bottle contains 20 liters of liquid A. 4 liters of liquid A is taken out of it and replaced by same quantity of liquid B. So earlier, what was there? Only liquid A, right? So if you take the ratio of A is to B, what was it? 1 is to 0, right? But what is the fraction of A here? What is the fraction of A? Fraction of A. 1 by 1, pure. 1 by 1. Now, you are replacing 4 liters of A and adding 4 liters of B. What is the ratio of quantity of liquid A to the liquid B in the final mixture? See, out of 20 liters, how much you are taking out? 4 liters. So basically you are taking 4 liters. So let's say A is 20 liters and B is 0 liters. You are taking 4 liters of A, it will become 16, and you are putting 4 liters of B. Now, this is 4 is to 1. 4 is to 1. 4 is to 1. So what you are making? What is the concentration of A here? Concentration of A. 4 by 5. So earlier it was 1. Now it is 4 by 5. What you have multiplied with? 4 by 5 only. You multiply anything to 1, you will get the same thing. And again this is done. Again this is done means, again the concentration has compromised. Once 4 by 5, one more times 4 by 5. That means you multiply 4 by 5 again. That means 1 by 1 into 4 by 5. You are multiplying again. Can I put square here? Can I put square? Because it is happening twice. It is happening twice. So what it will be? 16 by 25. What does it mean? This is the new concentration of A in the mixture. New concentration of A in the mixture. And what they are asking, what is the ratio of quantity of liquid A to liquid B? 16 by 25 is the concentration of A in the mixture. So what is the part of B? 9. 16 is A out of 25. Rest all is B. So A is to B. Once it had become 16 is to 4. Now it has become 16 is to 9. This is ratio only. Don't go by 16 plus 9. This is ratio. Ratio is getting worsened. Yes? Yeah. So here simple thing in such problems. Concentration of one liquid initially and the concentration of that liquid later. What is the multiplying factor? That's it. You have to express that multiplying factor into 1 minus 1 by 5. If at all you want to know how much of the mixture is taken out. Already they have given the how much mixture is taken out. So how it will be? 20 liter of A and 0 liter of B. If you take 4 liters, it will be 16. You are adding 4 liters, it is 4. But later on, it would change. It would change. Now, this is mixture of A and B. This is mixture of A and B. Then, the further calculation would be difficult. Further calculation would be difficult. Because while you are taking out, you have to take some amount of this and some amount of this. You are taking what? 4 liter out of 20. That means 1/5 you are taking. If you want to take the 1/5 of this, how much you have to take? 20% of 16 liters. 3.2 liters. 20% of 4 liters. 0.8 liters. Simply it will lead to a lot of confusion. Okay? Simple. Old concentration, new concentration. What is the multiplying factor that you get? That's it. Fine? Okay. If you are not understood, yeah, we'll discuss it tomorrow. Okay. If you are not understood, you can come individually. I'll sit with you and solve this one. And only one problem has been left, so that you can do on your own.